Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 15, Chapter 16, Text number 1. Maitreya Uvacha Iti Bhuvanam Nripatim Bhayeka Munichoditaha Tushtu Vastushta Manasas Tadvagamurta Sevaya. The great sage Maitreya continued, while King Pṛthu thus spoke, the humility of his nectarian speeches pleased the reciters very much. Then again they continued to praise the king highly with exalted prayers, as they had been instructed by the great sages. Purport. Here the word Munichodita indicates instructions received from great sages and saintly persons. Although Maharaj Pṛthu was simply enthroned on the royal seat and was not at that time exhibiting godly powers, the reciters like Suta, Magadha and Vandhi understood that King Pṛthu was an incarnation of God. They could understand this by the instructions given by the great sages and the learned Brahmanas. We have to understand the incarnation of God by the instruction of authorized persons. We cannot manufacture a God by our own concoction. As stated by Narottam Das Thakur, Sadhu-Shastra Guru, one has to test all the spiritual matters according to the instructions of saintly persons, scriptures, and spiritual master. The spiritual master is one who follows the instruction of his predecessors, namely sadhus or saintly persons. A bona fide spiritual master does not mention anything not mentioned in the authorized scriptures. Ordinary people have to follow the instructions of Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. Those statements made in the Shastras and those made by the bona fide Sadhu or Guru cannot differ from one another. Reciters like Suta and Magadha are confidentially aware that King Pṛthu was an incarnation of the personality of Godhead. Although the king denied such praise because he was not at that time exhibiting his godly qualities, the reciters did not stop praising him. Rather, they were very pleased with the king, who, although actually an incarnation of God, so humble and delightful in his dealings with his devotees. In this connection, we may note that previously it was mentioned that King Pṛthu was smiling and was in a pleasant mood while speaking to reciters. Thus, we have to learn from the Lord or his incarnation how to become gentle and humble. The king's behavior was very pleasing to the reciters, and consequently the reciters continued their praise and even foretold king's future activities, as they had been instructed by the sadhus and sages. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So the verse 1 begins as a continuation of the previous chapter, where we learned the proper process of praising others, the proper process in the mind of a devotee who in turn is praised. What is the right thing in the mind of the person who is praised? And what should be in the mind of the person who is praising? What should be the attitude? These were learned in the past few verses. By analyzing Maharaj Pṛthu's response to the praises of the various heavenly personalities who had come there in relationship with his coronation. So in this particular verse, King Pṛthu is being appreciated for his humility, and instead of stopping the praising, this was objected by Pṛthu himself, saying that, look, I don't manifest any of these qualities that you're talking already in my body or in my life. So please do not praise. On the other hand, those who are praising, it is very interesting that this instruction was given as a matter of humility by Pṛthu. And it is said that Pṛthu Maharaj was smiling. He was not angry. Hey, don't praise me. So he was smiling. These are fine etiquettes. And at the same time, expressed his humility that, wait, don't praise unless you see something in somebody. But in this case, actually, the people who were praising, they saw this through the eyes of the munis or the rishis who have told who he is, that he is an incarnation of the Lord. Maybe now he is not manifesting. He is not yet sat on the throne. He is not manifesting. But soon he will manifest. He is incarnation of God as a powerful king, bringing administration, justice, and protection that a bona fide Kshatriya, spiritual master, the Kshatriya king called Raja Rishi. So the qualities of Raja Rishi has not yet manifest. That's all. But everybody knew he was a Raja Rishi. Why? Because the sages are Trikala Jnanis. They can see the present, past and future. So from that point of view, the people who are praising, the professional reciters who are praising Maharaj Pṛthu, they were doing at the instance of the sages, Munichoditaha, inspired by the munis. And this was very pleasing to them, praising. One is the pleasure of the person who is praised. How does he deal with it? He doesn't take it as a pleasure. He takes it as a different kind of a pleasure. What is that different kind of a pleasure? The pleasure of offering that praise to his spiritual master. Devotional service means to please Guru and Krishna. So if somebody is praising, then he takes pleasure not in swallowing that praise for himself, but he sees, this is a worthy praise for my spiritual master. I don't possess these, I don't own all these qualities. even if those qualities are manifest in me, I do not own them. These are all the merciful nature of my spiritual master and Krishna, who is showering causeless mercy upon me. So this praise is due to them. What they see in me as extraordinary is belonging to Guru and Krishna. In this way, the devotee is always free from the sense of proprietorship, ownership. Not only ownership of things, ownership of the abilities of the body, ownership of the skills of this body. In our worldly language, we may have to speak about skills, ability, etc. Because if I have some skill, I see that I have some skill. So the normal language is to say that, yes, I could do this. The right way is by the mercy of my spiritual master, costless mercy of the spiritual master acted in me, so I could do it. He alone is acting. I am only his servant. Servant has a limited role. We all do so many different kinds of devotion services. Prabhupada makes us do so many devotion services. And we execute them with the power given by Srila Prabhupada. Bodily power, mental power, intellectual power, so many other skills. We engage in the service of the Lord. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. Anybody who wants to engage in devotional service of the Lord, He provides everything for such devotees. So these things are provided by the Lord for devotee to execute his devotional service. He always remembers that my limited role is to run from one milestone to another milestone. Suppose you are going from A to B. From A you go to B. Who fixes B? From B you go to C. From C you go to D. You take a path like A, then you go there, then you go to C, then you go to D, then you go to E. Oh, F. Oh, achieved the goal. So many in-between steps are there. So ultimately, what produced the result? You're running between A to B, but who produced that B? How much control you have over that B? You don't have control. So this is a milestone, B, C, D, E. The servant's freedom is to run between A to B. It's a straight line. But actually to reach F, in reality, B is somewhere, C is somewhere, it's not a straight line. So many tasks are there. So for the devotee, we are doing devotion service. We are only puppets. in the hands of the spiritual master to execute services from A to B. A is given by him, B is revealed by him, C is revealed by him, D is revealed, like that. N number of milestones. These are called milestones. B, C are milestones. Between the milestone, your work is to run. But where is the next milestone? Not in your control. Just like you go to preach, LLP. You know you have to go and meet some people today. Now, there is no pakka process. Somebody is given a date appointment is fine. But after that, where to go? That is not fixed. You feel inspired, okay, let me go there. After that, where to go? So once these are milestones. Say today you're going out on collection. 5 people are 5 milestones. You're going to meet 5 people, the 5 milestones. And very often you do not know which is these 5 persons. You start off your day, you go. Krishna will guide. And then you go, you meet. Slowly it becomes, by the time in the night you come, you will see you have met 5 people. Then in the same day, morning, you did not know which are these 5 people I am going to meet. Once I decide I have to meet, I know his address. Then simply execute your work. There is no confusion. Go up to him. Plus go to him, then to speak to him also. Most 99%, the pitch is the same. You know, you tell. But there also sometimes creative ways of convincing comes. These are all things that are arranged by the super soul in our devotion service. We should understand this. You go to A to B. The whole path is like this. Go to F. If B was not there, you will never reach F. Isn't it? At each point of time, when you are doing a task, now what to do next, what to do next, what to do next. It's a horizontal line. And in that horizontal line, there is one hole, B, which will take you towards, one step towards F. Right? So that is revealed. In other words, devotional service by a devotee is always done as a servant of the super soul. Being aware that the super soul is going to direct me as a servant what I should do. Which are these milestones? What should I aim at? So take any services that you do for the Lord. The path is not clear. Simple service, I say, okay, bring me a glass of water. No big... already super soul has taught you how to bring the water. Okay, you know there is no... But I go and collect 1 lakh rupees from somewhere today. So you have to do along with the Paramatma, along with the Lord. That is why everybody achieves everything by the mercy of the super soul. Yasya prasada, bhagavad prasada, yasya prasada, nagati kutu. So costless mercy of the Lord is always operating on devotee who is doing devotional service. Take a karmi. He also wants, okay, I have shortage of 1 lakh rupees for my payment for the house that I am building. For him, Kala will guide him. If there is karma, strictly. He will also experience. Oh, I did not know. But suddenly, I met one friend. Today morning I was thinking where I will get 1 lakh. I met one friend. He said, I'll give you 1 lakh. What is that? He's not a devotee at all. What was his experience? His karma bija was, his good deeds have fructified. Kala is doing job of the super soul for all the karmis, but strictly according to karma. But without the grace of the super soul's impersonal expansion is called karma. So that way we can say, without the grace of the super soul, even a karmi cannot achieve anything. He has to be guided based on his past karma. If he has no enough punya, he will never get that 1 lakh a whole day, whatever you do, or 1 month, he will never get. If he doesn't have the karma, he will never complete building his house. Superficially, these two situations look similar. One suddenly getting his money from nowhere. That is because good fortune. Fortune is created by good karma. He is simply seeking and he hits at the target. Good fortune. Devotees' good fortune is created by personal intervention of the super soul. Therefore, Prabhupada says that Suhurdam Sarvabhutanam is a friend of all living entities. Ye tamam prapadyante tamsite bhajamiham. As you surrender, I reciprocate, Krishna says. He is reciprocating with everybody. Zero reciprocation is also reciprocation. He is a person, no? He doesn't want me, I won't reciprocate. That is also his reciprocation. With the karmis, therefore, he is silent. With the devotees, he guides them. Where is this B? Where is C? Where is D, E, F? This is our experience in life when we preach Krishna consciousness. Practical realization. That is why unless you are doing practical service to spiritual master, you don't have an opportunity to experientially feel Krishna in our works. Krishna as a super soul in all our works. So anyway, here, as it is in all these things, what we need to very carefully understand is, if we have knowledge, as explained in Bhagavad Gita, how things happen, how a man achieves something or does not achieve something. He does not take pleasure of being the owner of such praise. Nirmoha is not in illusion. Nirmama, nothing is mine. Nirahankara, this sense of I is also not mine. It's a role play. Niswartha, without selfishness. Everything is for pleasure of Guru and Krishna. These are the things that the devotee should practice, following in the footsteps of Pṛthu Maharaj. And these are based on proper transcendental knowledge of things as they are, who is the doer of everything, who is the owner of everything. Another point that Prabhupada brings about here is that about the incarnations of God, they have to be proclaimed by Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. By proper test, one has to accept incarnation. Only by proper test, one has to accept a bona fide spiritual master. The test is there given. What are those tests are given in the Shastras? What are the qualifications of a spiritual master? And then you accept such a person as spiritual master or incarnation of God. It cannot be concocted. And Prabhupada says a guru never speaks anything which is not there in the Shastras. Now, to understand this statement that the Guru never speaks what is not in the Shastra is very important. What does that mean? Just like the other camp attacks us, where is the Ritvik system of initiation in the Shastra? There are two things the Shastra deal with. One is the substance, another is the structure or the form. How to achieve that substance, there is a form. Structure and form. Substance and form. Or spirit and form. The spiritual master, the spirit is absolute. The form is not absolute. The spiritual master, from time, according to time, place and circumstances, an acharya can change the form. The form without affecting the spirit. So very superficially we cannot measure our spiritual master. Oh, how did Prabhupada allow women, how did he give women second initiation? Where is that in the Shastra? Women are given second initiation, Gayatri. Where is it in Shastra? Yeah, so how does it satisfy this statement that spiritual master cannot... Spiritual master will not speak anything that is not in the Shastras. So similarly they may say, the Shastra says that mlechas are not eligible for, chanting Gayatri. Prabhupada made mlechas, he gave them Gayatri. He gave them thread. So what is our answer? There is a spirit behind giving Gayatri Mantra second initiation, and there is a form. Form also say, you cannot do this, you cannot do this and all. You cannot give it to women, we cannot, these are all, or you cannot give it to a mlecha. These are all form. Behind it is what? the spirit. So, the spiritual master keeps the spirit. He told my devotee Vaishnava women, they are Vaishnavas. They are beyond a Vaishnava is beyond the bodily designation. They are chanting the holy names of the Lord. They are following the Vaishnava achar. So the spirit is satisfied. Here, I give, for the sake of preaching Krishna consciousness, keeping the spirit, he gave them second initiation. Go into the altar, do puja, women. And when we follow these principles that Prabhupada has given, which is apparently deviating from the tradition, we have to be also very careful that the spirit is maintained. Prabhupada maintained the spirit and broke the form. He broke the spirit, and everybody cannot do that. Only acharyas can do. You can find reference to that in the scriptures. From according to time, place and circumstances, the spiritual master actually devises ways and means by which to achieve Krishna consciousness in the people. So then you perfectly understand, only an acharya who understands the spirit behind Brahmanical initiation, he can make changes in the form by keeping the spirit still. So this is perfect. So one should not get confused when he sees this, that the form, spiritual master changes. Similarly, what is the spirit of initiation? Prabhupada says, when I met my spiritual master first, that is real initiation. Another place Prabhupada says, your determination to chant 16 rounds as instructed me is real initiation. You are already initiated. Initiation is only a formality. Formality means form. It's only a formality. It has value. It has practical value. Formality has practical value. So the forms are changed based on practicality. So just see this Ritvik system of initiation is based on practicality, keeping the spirit of what is initiation. Prabhupada is the spiritual master for everyone as a founder acharya of this movement. The Krishna consciousness movement is supposed to subsist and survive on the transcendental knowledge that is revealed by Srila Prabhupada in his Bhaktivedanta purports. So therefore we are his disciples. So in spirit, everybody is disciple of Srila Prabhupada if they follow the discipline given by Srila Prabhupada. So this is called the spirit of Diksha. The spirit of Diksha. Now there is form. The Acharya has also given the form based on practicality. So you will get the benefits of that form if you follow that also, form also. So in other words, we are following the system of initiation, which is form and substance as given by Srila Prabhupada. We don't want to create a new form. Now, somebody in the other camp, let's say they get initiated. Form is different. So therefore there is abuse. There is fall down. Fall down is what? It's a practical problem in the organization. Unqualified people declare themselves as spiritual master. Form. Otherwise, Prabhupada would have what is a normal process? One should be authorized to become a spiritual master. He cannot be self-made by one's predecessor spiritual master. This is a definition given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now authorization is not there for everybody, anybody. Institutionally there is no authorization. When there is no authorization, you see that Prabhupada has created an alternative form, that is the Ritvik's representation system of Diksha. Practically it happens. Keeping the entire organization united is a practical requirement. Keep the organization together is a practical this thing. Individually, if somebody wants, if he's very serious, chanting 16 rounds, he's connected to Prabhupada. But if you want to be part of the organization of Prabhupada, then you accept the form that he has given also. So this way we understand the depth of an Acharya's realization. Ultimately preaching Krishna consciousness is a goal. Me and you cannot create new forms. On small things we can create, not on these things. We all can create. If you understand the spirit of Shastra, you can. Just like there was an occasion, someone in Prabhupada went to Coimbatore or somewhere, and one of the richest men in the city, they invited home for lunch with the disciples. Prabhupada went. But they were told earlier by the devotee, no onion, please, no garlic, no onion, no garlic. So they all went there, sat. The serving began. Then one devotee found onion. Then that word spread to Prabhupada. Prabhupada was sitting in the front, first in the line. So Prabhupada told, throw the onion and chup chop cow. What was it? The spirit was, you gone there for preaching. If it was an ordinary person, he might not have. But some big donation will be there, or something will be there. So he kept the spirit. Spirit is preaching. Okay, one day, okay, take out that onion. That much you can do. Take out all the onion, and then take. You may ask, how the Acharya said like that? Similarly, such things in our lives of preaching Krishna consciousness, if we also understand the spirit of something, some form may be broken, but not major things like Diksha Vidhana, all these things. In the Ritvik system of initiation, what is the principle of parampara? The principle of parampara is the conclusion of disciplic succession should continue. Is that spirit satisfied in the Ritvik system of initiation? Definitely. Prabhupada's books are there. Devotees are there to teach from the Prabhupada's books. Institutional protection management is there so that the books are not changed. See how serious it is to change books of Prabhupada. So with all those things, parampara will continue. If you change the books, parampara will not continue. What is the spirit? The knowledge should be as it is, it should be coming. So the spirit of Diksha, spirit of connecting to parampara is never diluted in the Ritvik system of initiation. It is a question of management. Prabhupada did not introduce any new system of Diksha. That's what they try to say, that it's a new system of Diksha. No, not new system. Yours is a new system. Prabhupada was giving Diksha, now you are giving Diksha. Ours is not a new system. Prabhupada was giving Diksha, he continues to give Diksha. Whose is new system? Theirs is new unauthorized system. And as far as the Ritvik system details are concerned, it is a system of management of initiation. It is not touching on the spirit of initiation. It is touching on the management of initiation. You see the July 9th letter in the beginning, for the purpose of first and second initiation. The entire letter is issued for that, how to manage within the institution first and second initiation. Prabhupada continues to be the spiritual master of everyone in this movement. He is the Diksha and Siksha Guru of everyone. And everybody else can be, hundreds of Siksha Gurus can be there. And Siksha Gurus are of different levels. Whereas Diksha Guru cannot be of different levels. We don't find that in the scriptures. Even when the child is Saraswati, devotee's kid, who is Krishna? If you ask, she replied, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that is also Siksha Guru. She is also Siksha Guru. That is one level. Prabhupada is also Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. But his Siksha Guru is what? He is of another level. So Siksha Gurus can be of different levels, and we all take association from senior devotees, older devotees, temple presidents, temple commanders. We all learn Siksha of different levels from one to, as far as knowledge, even not only knowledge, Vaishnava Achar, how to behave, how to live, all these things we learn from others. In the association of devotees, when we work together, stay together, live together. So those Siksha is continuously, the Siksha is flowing continuously in Vaishnava association. But Diksha is one. Why didn't the Shastra say? Shastra said you can have many Siksha Gurus. The Shastra doesn't say you can have more than one Diksha Guru. Because that one Diksha Guru is the one who takes the responsibility to take the soul to Krishna, deliver. Somebody asked Prabhupada, if, I'm following everything, I'm not eligible to go back to God and I take birth again. Will you also save me? He says, yes, I will come. It is a responsibility to, if a disciple is serious and sincere, and he is failing, in spite of seriousness and sincerity, he is failing. You can be very sincere, you can be very serious, yet you can fail. Because of your guna and karma, which is a very big force in this world, the bodily karmic forces. So somehow or the other, because of that, your karma has not become zero, so you cannot go back to Godhead. Spiritual master will come. Will follow where you are and take you back to Godhead. Prabhupada said that. That is the responsibility of a Diksha Guru in our system of initiation. That we have to understand. We have to go by what our parampara set the standard. The normal world is, nan Diksha tagonde. They keep selling. Even some of our congregation also. How many rounds you're chanting? I accidentally meet them. How many rounds you're chanting? 4 round Diksha I have taken. So in common man means, Diksha means some commitment. Technically the word Diksha in Sanskrit means what? Determination, commitment. The relationship. That is called Diksha. Diksha's transcendental meaning. Not transcendental meaning. The normal in Sanskrit, you say Diksha, means it's a determination. I have taken Diksha for this. But in our initiation system, Divya Gyan Kshapayati. Diksha Kshapayati. That Ksha. Divya Gyan. That means that is the process of receiving the Divya Gyan and destroying the Shapayati, means destroying the karma. Cleaning of you of karma through divine knowledge, so that only then you free yourself from your subtle body and gross body and go back to Godhead. So this way you have to see, if apparently something that our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada has innovated revolutionary ways to preach Krishna consciousness, it is not a compromise of the substance, it is a compromise of the form, which such persons are, elevated persons are authorized. Any questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, my question is based on the previous section of the class, wherein you mentioned about planning, right? Planning, and then, where we have, limitations. We have our limitations, and the giver of the results is Lord. So now there are some devotees who got experienced with, doing in a very systematic, organized manner. And they see that, if you're not having enough plan, they'll get unsettled. So where does planning has its place in devotional service? Is my question.
Okay. God helps those who help themselves. You work hard to plan. Where is this milestone? Where is B? Where is C? Where is D? Where is... And then you should understand that there is no logical, rational process by which all milestones are decided. Some milestones can be decided. If they are decided like that, then they are not called milestones. They stand within that straight line. A to B, one straight line is drawn. But if you want to A to D, it's not a straight line. There is C, B and C. How just by my planning I can create B and C? You should not have confidence. If you have that confidence, you will go and hit a block somewhere. So we should always remember that what I am in such a devotion service, Prabhupada translates, in such devotion service, always do devotion, in such devotion service, always depend upon Krishna. That verse itself is there. Krishna himself says that. In such devotion, depend upon me. So, Krishna is seated in our heart as our friend. So, everything that you do, you should understand that I am doing along with my master. Where master's role is there, he is playing the role. Because I am a limited fellow. I cannot figure out. I may try, this is B I am thinking. To go to F, I have to go to B, C, D, I may make a plan. But then you see, Krishna changes all those plans. Whenever you have tried such things, if you full planning from A to B, now A is what? Land is there. B is what? Temple should be constructed and finished. That's B. You want to go from A to B. You want to go, let's say that is Z. You want to go to A to Z. If you think you can plan everything now, then you're crazy. Suppose you want to go from here to Prasadam Hall. It's a straight line. There are no B, C, D, all those things. Okay? So, according to task, there are complexities. Complexity can be handled only by complex intelligence. So, Krishna knows how to take this devotee from here A to completing a temple. You should know that Krishna knows. I am a servant, I am simply following running from milestone to milestone, which he is influencing my intelligence that this is a milestone. I cannot put on the paper A to Z that like this, and then you cannot independently decide to achieve any goal. Because you should leave the freedom for the Lord to reveal the path from A to Z. The Lord will reveal. That is the art of working in devotional service.
As a corollary, can we also say, wherever there are routines, wherever there are routines, it is better to have a plan.
Yes.
And wherever there are lot of complexities or vagaries,
yes,
leave it for the Lord.
Not only vagaries or wherever it is, the question is wherever it is possible. Don't plan like a crazy man. Where you don't, just like you see, you start from here to Chennai in the night, the highway. Your headlight is there. You're steering, you turn. You don't think 10 kilometers from now there is one turn on the left side. And then make a plan from here to Chennai. There are 62 turns. And this turn is at this kilometer, this kilometer, this kilometer. What is the need for all that? Just see, headlight, as much you can see, drive. Again it turns, look for another curve, drive. Again you see another curve, you drive. So, you should plan up to the next curve. Beyond that, you have no capacity. Theoretically, you are doing all these things. And then when you fail, you get frustrated. Then you see all my plans are failing. Sometimes all your plans fail, yet you succeed. Something and all happened, you succeed. Krishna took you there. So this total planning is controlling tendency. Ishvara Bhava. Be small Ishvara. From here up to the curve, be Ishvara. That Ishvaratva is given to you for your service. Rest, everything is not given to you. You have to have the Lord with you. So me and the Lord together execute, me and the Super Soul together execute all services. Okay? Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.